So, here we are.
Hello.
The final episode, of 2023, episode 9.
Episode 9, here we go.
Fantastic. Here we go. I am Lee from Busted Knuckle Woodworks. That is Jered. Say hello, Jered.
Hi, Jered. I totally screwed that up. I'm supposed to say hello, Jered. God damn
it. From Inland Wood and Resin, that's Jered Wilson. And we are the new Cranky Workshop. Thanks for joining us for episode 9. Can't even believe we got this far.
Ooh, yeah.
Episode 10 next month. That's a milestone. That is a milestone. That's a number ending in 0. So we always celebrate those, right?
Double digits.
Especially YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you're at our level, you celebrate every time a number ends in 0 in your sub count, even if it's like from 9210 to 9220. It's like, oh boy.
I got a few.
As always, let's get into viewer comments. We won't spend a lot of time on this because we have got a fun show. I cannot wait to start this show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, viewer comments from episode 8. Episode 8 was where we talked about my experience trying to get a logo on Fiverr. And if you missed it, it was quite entertaining.
Quite the experience, yes.
It was, right. Corey Shockey.
Yeah.
I could have gone my whole life without seeing serial killer Lee cartoons again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because that's what the guy made me look like, right?
Methamphetamine.
David,
he just like yeah, it was pretty bad.
Here, let me do an impression of what it looked like. Okay. David Corliss, that second pick reminds me of Norman Bates from Psycho. Yeah, baby. Mark Francis, I love your logo journey. Made me laugh out loud. The one you chose was definitely the best of the bunch. So, gee, do you think so, Mark?
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
So this is the one I ended up with, and I didn't get this on Fiverr. I actually hired a real artist, which I talked about on the show. And hold on, I'm just going to enjoy a little beverage.
For sale
wait,
now through Lee's website and the YouTube links down below.
I'm gonna talk about this later on, but I just got to straighten out my shirt first. I got to straighten out my.
Yeah, it's gone the full Monty there. Do you have pants? Do you have underwear with your logo on the ass side?
Only for ladies.
Ah, gotcha. Assless chaps for the man, or for the men.
So what's on your mind, my friend?
Okay.
You had an interesting thing that you were starting with about a year ago, and it kind of went sideways. So tell us the story.
It didn't go sideways. It is all over the place. Yeah. So after my rant video, I tried to salvage whatever dignity I had, and I decided that I was gonna make a donation, a pledge. And in that video, I pledged that I was going to donate the proceeds from ad revenue on my channel to a particular cause here in Spokane. And over the course of the year, that organization that I had committed my AdSense revenue to got themselves in a lot of hot water. If you never saw that video, it was donating to a animal rescue organization. And they had advertised themselves as a no-kill shelter. And then, lo and behold, they euthanized a few dozen animals throughout the year and then lied about it in front of city council. It turned into a giant shit show. So I, in good conscience, I can't make that donation. So plus the person that I originally reached out to and made contact with and said, hey, this is what I'm thinking about, they're no longer with the organization as well. So that's when I decided to pivot to the group of veterans that I had mentioned in my Christmas list video. And before I tell you what happened with that, I want to say thank you to everybody who made donations. The number exceeded what I thought was going to happen, so that's a huge bonus. If I'm being completely honest, the combination of my AdSense revenue with what the Christmas video generated was approximately $600 or so. Not life-changing money, but $600 nobody had previously. So thank you to everybody who made that donation.
Sure, and in a nonprofit organization helping, veterans through woodworking, they're going to really appreciate that. That buys a lot of sandpaper.
Yeah. I reached out to that veterans group a little after Thanksgiving, I believe, and said, hi, my name is, I'm planning on doing this. Are you fine with this? And they said, sure. Well, the money has come in. It is just sitting in a PayPal account right now because I'm getting the runaround on how to make the donation. They do not want me to make a physical donation of a item or items. They want a check, and I don't want to give them a check. I think that's a disappointment for me. I want to be able to use that money to buy them a thing that they can then use, rather than cutting them a check and hoping that it gets used for what it's intended for.
What would happen is if you bought like supplies, sandpaper, glue, or you bought them you said $600. That would buy like a DeWalt planer, something really handy, right?
Yeah.
That will go directly to benefit the veterans, the veteran woodworkers. Mm-hmm. If you cut them a check, it's going to go into their general fund.
Yeah, and who knows what it's going to be allocated to.
Right, and it'll be allocated to everything that they spend money on, including salaries and benefits and travel and all sorts of stuff that doesn't necessarily directly benefit, right?
So at this point, guys and gals who have made that donation and are waiting for me to follow up on that, I just want everybody to know I'm kind of stuck at the moment. I am almost on a every other day basis making phone calls and twisting arms, let me in so I can see what you've got, or give me a list. And just like Christmas, I'll do what I can to go off of that list. But from what I understand, the community in general made a considerable amount of donations in smaller knick-knacky things. So that might be part of this whole issue, is that they got 45 hammers and they got 100 chisels, and they got all of this stuff from other craftspeople or just people that want to clean out their garages, and they got to take inventory before they can make a decision on what to do. So I've already told them the dollar amount. This is what I'm going to donate. Now I'm just waiting on them.
Well, it might take time, I mean, it is a logistical nightmare making sure the money gets to the right people and the right cause.
Yeah.
And regardless of how local it is or how far away it is.
Yeah, the old adage, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. And I am now...
No good deed goes unpunished.
There it is. Yeah, I'm learning that again firsthand, and it really does dissuade you from wanting to do it again. And that's really the true disappointment in this whole thing, is I would have loved to have just been day after Christmas or day before Christmas or whatever, bam, I've got cash in hand. I show up with a thing. Here, Merry Christmas, and bam, wipe my hands free and clear of it, and it's over and done with. But I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that. Yeah.
Right. Well, keep at it.
Yeah.
And thank you for doing this and for going the extra mile.
And again, really, to everybody who, even if you didn't donate and you watched the video, I have turned the video off because I don't want people to stumble across it well afterwards and continue to donate. But to everybody who made a donation, thank you very much. I was not anticipating the amount, especially asking for just $1 at a time. It truly was eye-opening that there were people out there that were willing to listen to a schmuck like me ask for money on behalf of some veterans and actually pull through. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah, so thanks. And let's get into the main attraction here, which is you guys. you are the main attraction on this show, on this episode today, because what we did is we wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions. This is coming out first Saturday in January. We always release episodes the first Saturday of the month. And so we asked for viewers of the show. I asked people in my Facebook group. I asked people on Instagram to just send us your New Year's resolution on video. Just take a 45-second video or so of yourself saying, what your woodworking wishes or resolution is for the new year, and send it to us, and we'll put it on the show, and we'll play it, and we'll probably make fun of you.
or definitely sympathize in some instances.
And you did, and it was really great. We got some really, really, really good ones. Yeah, but before we start, this is all in fun. It's we don't want anyone to get offended, so I just want to say sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, to the people that sent us videos that we're going to play here on the show. This is what you signed up for. Tough shit. Yeah. Okay, you ready to go?
Hey, wait.
All right.
There we go. All right, now we're in full resolution mode.
Nice.
Right. Okay, here we go.
Okay, first up we have Don Buchwald. Don Buchwald. Let's go. Let's see what Don has to say.
Welcome to my complete disaster of a garage/workshop. Over Christmas and New Year's, I will be trying to get this thing cleaned up in some type of order.
Don, you have your work cut out for you, my friend.
Yeah, when I saw that one, I was like, oh, that poor bastard. That one's going to be rough. But we've all been there.
Yes, we all have been there. And first of all, I saw this morning, in fact, on Facebook, that he's already started. It's looking good. Keep it up, Don. Yeah. Number two, he said he was going to do it over the holiday. From the looks of it, it might take more than a week. Don't be discouraged. A little bit at a time. Just leave it. My philosophy on this is that every time you walk out, leave it a little better than it was, right? It's just kind of like hiking or camping, you know what I mean? Just leave it a little cleaner, a little better than it was, and eventually it'll be pristine and spotless.
What you need it to be. Yes.
Maybe not.
Yeah. I think
right.
I do like
exactly.
a biannual purge, and it always seems like in order to get clean and organized, you have to make a bigger mess than you started with. And when I watched that video, it's just like, oh God, that's going to be my spring. That's what it's going to be.
I find that, I feel good when I buy a new thing that I need, but I feel better when I get rid of something I don't. If I'm looking at something and I go, you know what? I don't need that anymore. I'm going to put it on Marketplace and I sell it. Oh, that makes me feel great.
Yep.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Next up is David Corliss.
Okay. What do we got?
All right. Hold on a second, Dave. Oh, what do we got? David.
My name is David Corliss. I live in Vermont. And my New Year's resolution for all of 2024 is to get all this crap organized. Since my wife and I moved in here in 2021, I haven't had a chance to really organize it because I need a hip replacement.
Ouch.
Well, that hopefully will happen in the spring. And then as I recover, I'll get this crap organized. Hopefully I will. Bye-bye.
Love the preface at the end. Hopefully I will.
Yeah. I think we need to do an episode on workshop disasters. That's what we need. I think we need to do that sometime at some point of this year. He says that he moved in 2021, and of course it's the end of 2023. It might take all of 2024 to get this straightened out.
He says he's from Vermont, and I'm looking out the garage door, and I'm like, oh, you're in the same situation I am. It's like 40 degrees outside. When is winter showing up? Not that I'm bitching and complaining, but that's what I got out of that video.
Hey, it was chilly here today. I think it only hit 65. That which is I'm not having it. Okay. So and good luck, David, on the hip replacement. Listen. Do your physical therapy. Don't skimp on the physical therapy. My mom went through the same thing, and her brother, my uncle, went through the same thing almost at the same time. My mom did her physical therapy religiously. My uncle did not. He was crippled for life. And my mom was like jogging around the trailer park. All right. So next up is Corey Shockey, one of my favorite people. And go for it, my man. Let's see.
I've been thinking about this New Year's resolution for woodworking. And I thought what I might do is use my Incra gauge here to fire off the brake on my saw stop, since I haven't managed to stick my hand in the last 7 years. But then I thought what I should really do is stop being so hard on myself and worrying so much about small mistakes that might be made in my woodworking, because nobody else notices them anyway. So as for you, 2024, pitter patter, let's get at her.
All right. What is that thing at the end? Is that some kind of reference that I don't get?
It is. Okay, so Corey is my Letterkenny buddy. Letterkenny is a show on Hulu. The final season just aired the day after Christmas, and every time they take a shot in the show, they chin. They double tap the shot glass. It's just a thing. You really got to get your wife on par with the tapping at the same time. But nonetheless, yeah, it's a TV show thing.
The Incra gauge is the most common way to fire off a saw stop brake. Want to know how I know?
Yes.
Because I've done it.
Corey's but Corey's good word of wisdom there. Don't sweat the small stuff. Like all the little shit that just drives us nuts. Nobody cares about. Nobody. Just let that go.
Right.
And if anything, if it's visible, make it part of the project, because then you know it was handmade. Accentuate it, if anything.
99.9% of the people you show the project to have never even cut a piece of wood. They think you're a miracle worker. Literally. They think that you walk on water. It's like, you made that? Impossible. Right.
Here, and let me show you where all of the screwed up parts are, because that's who we are. Just fucking let it go.
Yeah. All right. Gary Hicks next. Gary Hicks. And Gary is from Buck and Board Rustic Woodworks. That's his channel. So let's watch Gary.
Hey boys, Gary with Buck and Board Rustic Woodworks. Look who's on the TV. Couple ugly mugs up there. Anyway, I think somebody mentioned about you guys wanted a 45-second video of, I guess it was goals or something to set for 2024. A lot of guys out there that are in business full-time, they look at what are called SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely goals. But I say, as a full-time woodworker and have a consulting business as well, you got to go a step further and do what's called a SWOT analysis, that stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. If you're going to grow your business, whether it be online e-commerce or locally through commission custom projects, which is what I do a little bit of both, you got to understand your market. You got to understand the competition. So I would love to have you guys give me a shout sometime. Buck and Board Rustic Woodworks. You can find me on Instagram at Buck and Board, on Facebook at Buck and Board, and hopefully talk to you guys soon. Take care.
I liked this one. I really liked that SWOT analysis. Being in education, There are so many friggin' acronyms, and I have heard SMART goals so many times. And then when I hear something that's a little bit different and there's fewer letters in the acronym, I'll actually remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, you would like this. Okay.
Yeah.
So, first of all, there were no resolutions in it. Okay. So, I have one for you, Gary. You said at the beginning that we had asked for a 45-second video. Your video was 1:18. So, I think one of your resolutions should be to buy a watch.
Oh. Carefully, you might get one of those antlers, fired your way. Yeah. If you look around in that shop, there's all sorts of nice, fun stuff to get poked with.
I know. So we talked about SMART goals, SWOT analysis. For a minute, I thought I was at a work meeting. I thought he was going to break out the PowerPoint, at which point I would have had to say, okay, that's enough. No PowerPoint. That's when I would have started scrolling through my phone, like you do in a remote meeting when they break out the PowerPoint. Yeah. So SWOT analysis, I've heard it many times. It sounds like a lot of work, Gary. I didn't get into this to have a square job.
Oh man, I do know that the strengths, weaknesses, the opportunities. That's all great. I don't really think of it on the as far as threats are concerned, but competition, it's out there, and the way that the maker world is going, it's kind of a race to a bottom.
If you said competition, it wouldn't be a cool acronym.
No,
see? It wouldn't. It would be SWOT, right? Yeah. SWOT sounds way cooler.
It does.
Yeah, it sounds like they're going to show up with some of Gary's toys,
kick in your door. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, thanks, Gary. That was cool. All right. Bucking board rustic woodwork. So next is Jeff Ruffing, and he's got an interesting channel. So we'll talk about that. Bookworm Woodmakers. And so let's go, Jeff, and take it away, my good man.
This is Jeff with the Bookworm Woodmakers channel. My New Year's resolution, thank God 2023 is over with. It has been a nightmare, and I'm looking forward to 2024. I have already gone through my books, and I have gotten a schedule of different things that I can do to where I can publish at least every 2 weeks, despite the business that I'm running right now, which is expediting, not exercising. Don't want to do that. Anywho, you guys have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year, and I'll see you next year, and keep those videos coming. I love them.
Awesome. Okay. So as he said, Jeff's channel is Bookworm Woodmakers, and he's got a kind of an interesting hook, right? So what he does is he reviews a woodworking project book, and then he makes a project from the book. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so he talks about the book, and then he talks about the project, and he shows how to make the project from the book, and it's kind of interesting. So his goal, he said, his resolution was to put out a video every 2 weeks. That is difficult to do, even considering he has a day job, which is expediting. I don't know what an expedizer does.
Oh no.
No. He said I think he made a mistake. He said it was an expediter. Yeah. So what is an expediter? I guess it's a logistics thing.
I don't know.
You make packages go faster.
I'm stuck in a classroom all day. I'm in a bubble.
Corey is a truck driver, so guys like Jeff must call him and go, "Hey, that load is 3 hours overdue. No more bath breaks for you. Piss in a bottle, fucker."
Yeah.
That's how you expedite. I don't know. I guess.
I just love Jeff's voice. I would like to hire Jeff to do my voiceovers. That's what I would like.
He's got a good voice.
Yeah, that is perfect. Like radio radio podcast or whatever. That's like he's almost got that Wolfman Jack growl kind of thing going on. Ooh.
Yeah, he's got the baritone. He's got a good baritone. Yeah. So fantastic. And next up we have Michael Lamirata. I love Michael. Where are you, Michael? All right. Let's go, buddy.
Hey, this is Mike from MJL Woodworks. My woodworker's New Year's resolution is to actually make some content that people will watch. And maybe slow down my videos a little bit. And hey, you may even hear me talk. Let's see how that works out.
I love the self-deprecation. I love it.
Mike from MJL Woodworks. And so, yeah. Well, first of all, Mike should talk in his videos. He's got a good voice. He's got good phrasing.
I think I've mentioned that a couple of times. Like we've conversed back and forth either through like DM or, private comments or whatever.
Right.
And I've mentioned that. I'm like, maybe just do like a quick 2-minute voiceover and just chunk it out in your videos. And that way it doesn't have to be like from start to finish where you just talk. So I dig his channel. Everybody knows I love the ASMR videos. Shut up. Don't say a damn thing. Just work. I love those videos. But like he says, that's a real small niche. And if you're trying to get views, you might have to talk. God forbid.
Right. And if you're uncomfortable talking on camera, voiceover is a good way to go, right? Because you can take as much time as you want. You don't have to look a certain way while you're saying it. You can cut it all up and it doesn't look funny.
Yeah.
Right. So definitely, interesting fact about Mike. Despite the New York accent, which you heard, big Red Sox fan, huge Red Sox fan. He loves the Red Sox and hates the Yankees.
Well,
I don't know.
Nothing wrong with hating the Yankees. Hell, there's nothing wrong with hating your own team right now. There it is. Sell the goddamn thing.
All right. So next up is Scott Reynolds. And let's give it a go, Scott.
Hey, this is Scott. My channel is Scott Reynolds Builder. I mostly make build videos. I spent about a year learning as much as I could about woodworking, and then I spent about a year posting reels on Instagram. Now I've spent quite some time, not quite a year, but I've been working on YouTube pretty hard and I still suck at it. My resolution for 2024 is to suck less. My goal is to post at least one video a month and get less awkward on camera. I'm definitely going to get better at taking video shots. Going to get better at my camera work. These are my plans to reach my resolution. I hope everyone has a great 2024 and you all crush your goals.
That's the best resolution.
Thank you.
Suck less.
Yeah. It's right to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Scott. Scott Reynolds, Builder. We mentioned before, putting out a video every 2 weeks is very tough. Putting out a video once a month, that's doable.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good goal.
Especially if you're going to be project-based.
Dude, I do want to say, and I'm talking directly to Scott now, if you figure out how to suck less, let us know, because we've been trying to suck less on this channel for 9 episodes now, and it's not working.
And some of us suck harder than others.
Yeah, so, getting less awkward on camera, everybody struggles with that. If you look at my early videos, probably you can't now because I've taken a lot of them down. They look like hostage videos. Okay. You can almost see the point of the barrel, like right here.
Yeah.
So
it's tough standing in front of a camera, doing all that kind of stuff. Like it's in here, and then trying to get it out there is something completely different. Yeah, it's tough.
and people don't understand. I think people on the other side think we're talking to them, but when we're in the shop, we're talking to a round piece of glass, and it's weird. It's just weird.
It is.
And, you know, I've mentioned this a million times. I was a professional audio engineer for like 25 years. There's a common thing in the industry called red light fever. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what red light fever is? People are fantastic, personable, relatable. The nicest, sweetest guy can just talk a blue streak. The minute they see that red light, they're like,
deer in headlights. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Their mind blows up. I mean, everything scrambles and goes dark. Right. It happens to me sometimes too. You know, I just have to kind of force myself through it. So
yeah, especially,
but you get better every time.
Like we said too, if you're a project based channel, like having to stop to do some sort of little cut narration scene, like that screws up your flow big time. That screws up your workflow. I've done it a whole bunch of times where I'm like, oh, I need to explain what the hell it is that I'm doing. And I totally forgot like what measurement I was about to cut. And I cut 5 pieces wrong. I go, well, shit. Fuck. There. Beauty of editing. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. True. And you have to remember too that you don't see the stuff that ends up on the cutting room floors. You know, a lot of people have struggle, you know, to get good angles to make their camera work better, but it's just that you don't see that. So don't sweat it too much, my friend. Okay, so next up is probably one of my favorite guys in the whole world. I got a good story about Pierre. So this is Pierre-Luc Gauthier, Bricologic. Pierre.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Jered. Hi, Lee. I'm very happy to be here today on the new Cranky Workshop podcast. I have to admit, I am a fan. I am Pierre-Luc from Bricologic, and my resolution for 2024 is to improve my communication in English. Because you will have noticed, I'm a French Canadian. In case you are curious to see my work, you can find me here on YouTube, Instagram, or any apps of your choice. Happy New Year, everyone, and long life to the new Cranky Workshop podcast. Bye-bye.
Oh, very nice. Long life to the new Cranky Workshop podcast. Oh, yeah, we were going to quit after this episode, but no, now we're not.
Nah. New life. Yeah, we just got stronger right there.
New life. So, couple of things. First of all, he's French Canadian. Both of my parents were French Canadian. Both my parents, English was their second language. He reminds me of my dad, except he's younger than me. He's probably young enough to be my son. But so I love the guy for that. When he says improve his communication in English, I'll say this. YouTube has plenty of good talkers. There aren't that many good woodworkers. And Pierre is the real fucking deal. He is the real deal. And if you look, and since he's been focusing on YouTube, he's been picking up like 2,000 or 3,000 subs a month. No shit. So he does not need any extra help. Okay, he passed me like 3 months ago, and he's like off in the distance now.
I know we do the video spotlights and stuff, and a handful of the channels that I have recommended are foreign, and they don't say anything,
right?
And they have massive followings and get big view counts, and there is something to just shut up and show how talented you are. Like you do not need to say anything. Your work speaks for itself. Exactly.
So he does shorts on YouTube, or he'll just like cut something on a bandsaw. He's the guy I told you about, who's like the bandsaw samurai, you know? And he's picking up thousands of subs off those. And so interesting story. I asked him, because he's from Quebec, and my parents are from a border town in Maine called Madawaska, which is right across from a bigger city called Edmundston in New Brunswick, which is about maybe a 4 or 5 hour drive from where he lives. So I said, have you ever, so I was born in Madawaska. I said, have you ever been there? And he goes, oh yeah. He goes, I was arrested there as a teenager, which I was too as a teenager. Right. So he was arrested. So you can't smuggle across the border. And I guess he was nicked for like bringing a pack of cigarettes across or something as a teenager, right? And so I was nicked. Me and my cousins used to, because of course it's a border town, right? Madawaska is small, and Edmonton is big, and so they have facilities, and they had a nice indoor pool, and we didn't have one. So we used to drive across and sneak into the municipal pool in Edmundston on the Canadian side. And you couldn't get in there without a pass, and you couldn't get a pass unless you were, a New Brunswick citizen. And so we used to sneak in there and we got caught. So
I just
we
want
were
to
just
say,
kids,
I just want to
didn't
harken back to
arrest us.
Corey really quick. I am leaving so many Letterkenny references on the table right now. Golly. Anywho. Sorry, Corey.
All right.
Drop them in the comments.
So next. Oh, this lady is such a cutie. Okay. Mila Daricheva from Geometry Build. Take it away.
Mila, Geometry Build. In the new year, I'll put my shit together and make that first sale. That's it. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Delivered without an ounce of humor. Just, I'm going to get my shit together.
Yeah, like you can go on the road with
and
that.
And make
act.
it my first sale.
Yeah. Total deadpan. And cheers to keeping it under 15 seconds.
Yes, absolutely.
Just need to get my shit
together. The only reason we could play Gary's is because of yours. Right. The only reason we could play Gary's is because yours was short. Okay. So, well, look, Mila, the first sale is always the toughest. And probably the one you'll regret the most, because once you make that first sale, now you're sucked in, right? Now you're no longer a woodworker. Now you're an entrepreneur, and with all that entails, with all the shit that entails. And yeah.
Yep.
So there you go, my friend.
You're just corrupted by the almighty dollar. There it is. Your woodworking will never be the same.
No. You won't be making things you want to make. You'll be making that 15th, end table and going like, oh, what did I get myself into? Right. So thank you, Mila. We love you. Okay. So Brian Gregory next. Hold on. I can't see shit. I need my glasses. Okay.
Hi, my name is Brian. My channel is The Mullen Market Woodworking. A New Year's resolution for my woodworking is to be a little bit more personable, relatable, talking more to you. My channel now consists of a bunch of videos where I'm doing really hard projects that nobody's going to do. So I want to launch a website, get more personal, teach more. I want learning focus, like really more simple things. For example, charcuterie board, simple. Doing glue up, how to use basic tools. Yeah, that's my goals. That's me. Nice to meet you. Come on over, check us out. Have a wonderful new year. Thanks for listening. I hope to see you soon.
There's a lot in there.
Brian Gregory. Yeah. From Mullen Market Woodworking. What do you think?
I can get the reasonable.
Personatable. He wants to be personatable. Yeah.
There it is. Gotcha. Yeah, I could totally get that. And like we talked about with Scott Reynolds, like it's hard. whether or not you're coming across as being authentic or being contrived or whatnot. Yeah, I can totally get that. And especially if you're going to go the route of wanting to teach, yeah, there's that whole authenticity thing. You got to come across as authoritative.
Right.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, which I think he does. And I think he has a great presence on camera. From what I've seen, and from what I've seen, on his channel, there's a subtle difference between talking to people and talking at people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's a one-way medium, so to speak. Of course, there's comments, but when you're filming, there's nobody else there giving you feedback. So it's not like like you're in a theater and people are clapping every time you do something. So you need to really learn to kind of be able to simulate in your mind that two-way communication instead of just do this, do that, do this, do that. People want to feel, after someone watches a video, they want to feel smarter. They don't want to feel like they've been talked at and made to feel dumb, right? So I think he's got the right idea. Aim at beginners, basic stuff, teach more, talk to people. That's exactly right. That's the way to go.
Yeah. More
Love
power
it.
to him.
Yep. So here's somebody else whose channel is blowing up. This is Biscuit Tree Woodworks, John Sexton. And take it away, John. Sexton, Biscuit Tree Woodworks.
Hey everyone, I'm John. I have a YouTube channel called Biscuit Tree Woodworks where I make woodworking videos to teach and inspire people to get out into their shop and make something awesome. Now the main resolution I have for 2024 is to get my shop cleaned up, organized, and keep it that way this time. So I'm planning a few shop organization projects that are going to help me out with this, including getting rid of this terrible pegboard. I'm also planning on implementing a rule, and hopefully I can hold myself to it, that every time I walk into the shop, I pick up 5 items and put them away. Not put them on any random flat surface, actually put them in their home where they belong. And maybe once this place is cleaned up a bit, I'll finally finish that cherry dresser that I've been building for about the past year now. I know my wife would really appreciate that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so another shop organization resolution.
Seems to be a trend.
He could use it. I saw his workbench. Yes, yeah. I saw his workbench. It didn't look like there was much room to put anything there. Getting rid of pegboard. If only there was a video somewhere on YouTube that talks about that. I can't think of any.
Me neither.
But no, I'm just kidding. Drew from Woodworks just put one out, so he'll kill me if I say that. Yeah, John, go check out the Woodworks video.
The thing about, every flat surface in a shop has shit on it. It is so true. And that's why I have gotten rid of a lot of my flat surfaces. I don't have a ton of tables in my shop. I mean, there are still some flat surfaces, but that's a way that I have forced myself into not having to pick up 5 things every time, or not, where did I leave my pencil? Where's my tape measure? That's a shop organization thing that I have prescribed to, is less is more. Sometimes minimalism keeps you organized.
Right. So, his idea of like picking up 5 things and putting them away, that's a good system, and it works if you remember to do it. Right. That is the key.
How sustainable
Because I've done
it?
that and it's been great. Yeah. That's the thing. Sometimes you just forget, you get in a groove,
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Next mystery guest. We have a mystery guest. Okay, hold on a second. So mystery guest. Let's see who this is.
Happy New Year's. This is Mrs. Busted Knuckle Woodworks, and here is my video submission for the New Year's resolution for woodworking 2024. Number 1, Mr. Busted Knuckle Woodworks, promised me a squirrel house for Mrs. Daniela. I know. You need a house. You need a house really bad. Let's go talk to Busted Knuckle Woodworks and see what we can come up with. Okay? Number 2, there is a pile of wood that's in my grand living room that he has promised to move the entirety of 2023, and it has not moved. And I would like that to be moved by 2025. And number 3 is there is a whole bunch of pieces of wood that he has promised that are going to be used for wood projects that continually pile up in the garage and have escaped the garage and moved to other places of the house, shed, and other areas. And that I have not been seen have touched each other. So, game on, 2024. Thank you. And goodbye.
Thank you.
Okay, now how did that get in there?
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there, Lee. What's going on in your house?
All right, so okay, so we have squirrels, but we have one squirrel in particular that she calls Daniela.
Okay,
and I asked her why do you call her Daniela? How did you come up with that name? And she said, I didn't come up with it. She told me. So my wife talks to squirrels. Okay, that's the first thing. And apparently they have had extensive discussions on the design and architecture of this potential squirrel house that I am to build. Right, including plexiglass windows, an area for like an action camera. I mean, there's quite a lot going on.
Okay. No
I will build it.
No
Maybe I'll build
cedar,
it.
No 6-sided cedar box is going to do the trick here, right? Huh?
No. No, I could have whipped that. I could have whipped that. No, we want like actual like asphalt shingle roof.
You're going to build furniture for it,
but
miniature sized chairs.
Yeah, exactly. Acorn storage, the whole thing. So I will build it. I don't know if I'll bother to film it. Probably not. The other stuff, who knows, right? So I milled up about a year ago. I milled up some bloodwood. And I just got sick of moving it around my shop, so I moved it into the living room on our coffee table, and it's kind of been sitting there for a little while. I don't know, kind of a while. I put there's a photograph of there in it. So yeah, the other stuff, who knows? I don't know. I do need to cull through my scrap pile and probably figure out something to do with that 8-foot sheet of plywood in the shed, so we can put other stuff there that belongs. But hey, who knows,
It sounds like you're on the clock.
I don't need to come right. I don't need to come up with woodworking resolutions, because my wife writes them for me.
Does them for you.
So exactly. Very kind of her, I think. So next we have Eric Sheppard. Okay, so let's go, Eric. What you got, my friend?
Hi, this is Eric. Taking a break from working with Santa, who's just about flying over Brazil in a few minutes. I have 3 woodworking goals that I want to share with you. The first one is to build some nice frames with various woods, various sizes. The second one is to design and build a landing pad for Harrier jump jets and alien spacecraft for my train set. And the third is to have Lee build all that for me.
Well, if your wife didn't throw down the gauntlet, your best friend just did.
Yeah, he did. Right. So Eric is not actually a woodworker. He is my best friend from junior high. He is an aerospace engineer, hence the landing pad for Harrier jump jet for his train set. So, you know, I talked about this in a video on my channel once. All my high school friends and junior high friends are very, very much more accomplished than I am. They're all doctors, professors, PhDs. Like I said, Eric was an aerospace engineer. Then he was the dean of engineering at Tuskegee Institute.
Ooh.
Then he was the dean of engineering at Hampton University.
Okay.
So he is a smart guy.
There's some credentials there.
For the National, he worked for the National Science Foundation in their grant department. He is a smart guy. He's smart enough to know that I'm not going to do any of this shit. So there you go, Eric. Although you know, I visited him a couple of years ago, and I built him as a thank you gift. I built a nice hardwood picture frame and sent him a picture of I put a picture of us in it, and he hangs it proudly. And I built myself one too, and we both hang the same picture. So great, fantastic. Next we have Yoseph Chandra. YC Makes. Here we go, buddy.
All right. Hey, Lee and Jered, my name is Yosef from YC Makes. Thank you for doing this, by the way. My 2024 woodworking goal is I'm hoping that every project that I do in 2024 will teach me something new. Whether it's a new technique, new material, I want to learn how to do 3D printing, 3D modeling. I want to learn a little bit of metalworking as well on top of woodworking. And I want to record myself doing it more for documentations for myself, because I think that will be fun. I'm hoping 2024 will be a super fun year for me, and I'm hoping it will be a super fun year for you guys as well. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Well, I don't know. Do you think YouTube will let us get away with the ass shot at the beginning?
Well, didn't they just sanctify twerking? Isn't that a thing now?
Oh, they did. Yeah, they did. Right. So this is the first twerking we've had on this channel. Okay, fantastic. Oh yeah, we're cool. We're cool. Okay,
we're fine.
So new woodworking experience, learning new techniques. Those are great goals. The key is, I think, you need to identify the techniques that you want to learn and then target your projects around that. Right? Not like just take random projects and then try to work in techniques that you don't need to use. So, you know, if you want to learn how to use bent wood, right? Well, then, you know, build a bent wood project.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems obvious.
Feature the thing within the greater context of the project, but make that thing that you are featuring the part or the meat, the theme of the video. That's good. A good rule of thumb to follow. Don't just add in little snippets here and there, and it kind of just gets lost.
Correct. He mentioned 3D printing, that he's interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's becoming pretty big on YouTube now. Is that something that you're interested in? Have you ever any interest around that?
Yes. I had to stop myself multiple times from not buying a 3D printer before Christmas. I was that close. I know exactly which one I'm going after. I know. Yes, I want to get into 3D printing because I'm a cheap ass, and I do not want to buy tools. But then again, I already have a CNC with the shaper, so I could just make my own damn tools with that. So I don't know, but I think 3D printing, just as a side, is a great hobby to get small children involved with. So that's really the reason why I'm looking at a 3D printer. I want it to be something that my daughter and I can part around with.
Yeah. You know, it intrigues me. Although whenever I see it, like on Instagram or whatever, it's always like, oh, look at this cool 3D printing thing I did. And it's like this little tiny toy. I'm like, so you bought a multi-$1,000 tool and probably $50 worth of filament to make an ice scraper? I could have bought 3 of those at Walmart for $1.
That's the thing. And you know, I click on one thing, I'm starting to learn a little bit about, you know, what's what with these machines and things like that. And I'm reaching out to people and I'm asking questions and I get more confused about it than I was before I even started. But then I just realized, you know what? 3D printing is going to be boring as shit if I film it. So why not just buy it for the fun of it and never put it in a video? That's what I'm thinking.
It just kind of reminds me of like the guy who buys like a $15,000 bass boat and then says his wife, but think of all the free fish.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I paid $50,000 for this commuter car. Yeah, I could have paid for $50,000 worth of gas. And anywho.
Yeah. Okay, so next up is David Morris from Worst Workshop. One of my favorite people. David.
As I reflect back on the last year, I think about some of the comments that I've gotten from my viewers about especially the dangerous things that I've done, whether it's trying to send clamps through a planer or freehanding on the table saw, and I've usually just passed it off with a joke, saying nobody died or something, and thinking that's enough. I'm really reflecting on that right now and realizing I want to be around for a long time. So my plan in the new year is to start selling t-shirts that say nobody died. And that way I can make some money off of that. And I can use that to pay for hospital bills. So that's my New Year's resolution.
Oh my God.
Executed
when I first saw
perfectly.
That, I just laughed my ass off.
Yes, executed perfectly.
Oh, it was so deadpan. It took such a wicked, unexpected turn, you know, because David, if you've ever watched his channel, you know, he's a kind of a sentimental guy, right? And so, you know, like if you watch his Christmas video, it was really like heartfelt and heartwarming, and he kind of narrates it in that way. And, you know, and then this is the way that
nobody died.
Make some t-shirts and cash in.
They're all right here. Still got them. Like how did you, when we did the recommendations video and you recommended his channel, what did you say? That was some Final Destination shit with his table saw? Yeah, I think that's how you describe
table saw.
Yeah, how you describe it. And I go like, yeah, I've done that in a video where, you know, you got like a handful of pieces all clamped up or whatever, and you want to get that uniform planing and you send it through. And, yeah, I got the same thing. Like, oh, you sent it through your nobody died. It didn't blow up. It's fine. Shut up. Great. Nobody died.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
I mean,
for that
David would never say this in the video, but fuck all y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing my thing.
Piss off. Yeah.
All right. All right. So yeah, and plus, you know, he's gonna sell the t-shirts and make money. Mm-hmm. You know, so he knows what it takes. YouTube takes. He's got it down. Next up is Joseph Haynes. This man is insane. Okay, Joseph Haynes. He is insane's 5 Duck Studio. I think that rhymed.
That's a thing now.
All right.
Lowered expectations.
Beautiful.
I'm Joseph with 5 Duck Studio. I'm looking for a resolution that I can follow through with this year. I tend to be overconfident, lack a full plan, and make things up as I go. But like my mama said, that's just part of my charm. I promised myself that I would stay clean this year. So I'm really hoping that year 13 is the charm. I'm working on letting the little things go. Possibly. Some things need to be held on to, but don't cross me. Some things that I don't want to let go of this year are my fingers. I'm looking for a resolution that can keep me safe from myself. Are you the resolution that I'm looking for? Am I the woodworker that you've been searching for? I'm a duck.
I'm a duck.
I'm a duck.
I'm a duck.
First of all, Good resolutions, Joseph. I just will say one thing. Lay off the acid, man. Drugs are bad. Okay.
Drugs are bad for you. I'm good. Mr. Mackey said, I'm good.
He did build the sofa in the video, and his wife sewed the cushions, and he has a video on his channel about that, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a handy family right there, you know? Good resolutions, keep the shop clean, don't be a wood hoarder, safety first. But I do want to say, look, get help for the drug problem. And if you want to reach out, just reach out to me, call me, and I'll come over and take them off your hands, because I bet you they are fucking good.
Of all the submissions, that one made my wife laugh out loud. Like, LOL. She busted a gut. She was dying laughing. It just manage expectation. It was primo.
Lowered expectations. Right. That was from Mad TV. That was from Mad TV. It was like a dating service for ugly people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Did we? You know what I think we did?
What did we do?
I think we saved the best for last.
Ooh.
Did we save the best for last?
Ooh.
I think maybe we did.
Who's last? Who do we got?
Mark. This is Mark Francis from Start Making.
Mm-hmm.
And go.
You want resolutions? I don't have much big, just some minor little tweaks. Learn to use a camera, get a better camera. Learn to use that better camera, learn to edit, get better editing software. Learn to use that editing software, get better lighting, learn to use the lighting, learn to set the camera with the lighting, learn to use the editing software with the camera, with the lighting. Write scripts, write better scripts. If you get to your 15th thumbnail, maybe just stop. It's about woodworking. Why don't you say so? Here's my resolution for woodworking. Be kinder to yourself. Enjoy the journey more. And wherever possible, start making.
Ooh, nicely done.
Yes.
I counted 18 resolutions in that short little segment there. I counted 18. That's a lot.
He's got a busy year ahead of him.
Uh-huh.
But, I probably the best resolution we got out of all of them. Be kinder to yourself and enjoy the journey more.
Mm-hmm. No more truer words have been said. Yeah.
Yeah, that is perfect for New Year's. That is a perfect sentiment for New Year's. Be kinder to yourself. So we're going to talk about ours now. We've heard from everybody else. We want to hear yours too. Leave them in the comments, please.
Mm-hmm.
We are interested, and we want to hear what your woodworking goals are for 2024. And next, we're going to hear what Jered's are.
Here I go. So, I outlined a personal woodworking goal that's going to get wrapped into the YouTube thing, which I'll describe in a minute. But one of my goals for 2024 is to do a little more collaboration. So I don't know entirely what that is going to look like. I don't know if that's teaming up to do a video. I don't know if that's just talking a little more behind the scenes. I don't know what it is, but I'm looking to collaborate in one way or another. I think that's a very simple thing to do, just to bounce ideas off of or schedule a collaborative video effort. That's my first resolution.
Yeah. But if you guys decide to do that yourselves, be careful. You might end up starting a podcast. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, God forbid, right? My second resolution, again, being YouTube based, is to set boundaries and limits for myself. So that first year and 4 months that I was on YouTube, I would record any and everything, and I would record as often as I could. And I think I recorded something like 75 or 80 videos, of which only 30 are still on my channel. Some of them never saw the light of day. Some of them were really bad, and I just said, screw it, I'm taking them down. But I'm setting myself some hard numbers for 2024. And for the Inland Wooden Resin channel, that's no more than 15 videos. So I'm going to give myself one a month, and then maybe 1, 2, or 3 will pop up here and there. Maybe one is a collaboration video that I wasn't accounting for, but I've already chunked out my 12 videos. They're already on a piece of paper. Now I just have to do them. The last resolution is I want to get really, I want to get better with the Shaper Origin. So I decided to start a new channel. So I now have a second channel. The name of that channel is Shaper Speak. I am in
You
the
heard it here, folks. This is the official first announcement, right?
Yeah.
Public announcement. Okay.
There's a lot. I've had the tool for almost 4 years. And in that 4-year time frame, they've come out with the workstation. They've come out with plate. They've come out with trace. I purchased trace. I don't have the other accessories. So there's a lot that I haven't done with that machine. And it's going to be a combination of what I know and how I go about using it, plus a little bit of learning on my part, and that I've never cut like mortise and tenon joinery with the thing, or box joints, or any of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to keep those videos really short. Matter of fact, they are informational only, nothing fancy, no crazy cutscenes, edits, any of that kind of nonsense. It is, I have a question or I want to show a thing, get it over and done with as soon as humanly possible, and then hopefully take something away. So I've got 5 videos finished, 3 more that I have to do the narratives on, and then I'm going to make that channel live the week of my birthday, actually, which is January 23rd. So a birthday gift for myself is starting a second channel, I guess. So we'll see how it goes.
That's a birthday gift? I thought gifts were supposed to be good.
I know. I'm a sadist.
That's like a birthday penalty.
Yeah, I'm a sadist. I'll have all those Shaper Origin guys telling me what a schmuck I am, and I don't know how to use the damn tool, and blah, blah, blah.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Channels that revolve around tools, like a certain tool, like I think of My Growth Rings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scott Markwood. And he does great with that. And he has a really, really tight-knit community where they're all really interested in that thing.
And that's kind of what I'm looking for out of this, is that, the CNC in general is a big, big topic. So obviously I don't have a big gantry style thing. I'm probably never going to have one. So this is what I have. And I know there are tons and tons of people out there that struggle with the machine. And there are a lot of people that are absolute maestros with it. I'm trying to create another place where people will have an outlet, have a resource to be able to come to, and hopefully have some meaningful dialogue back and forth in the comment section on a topic that I'm showing in a video, and we can learn through the comments. It not just be like, oh, that's a really good video. I don't care. I want us to learn.
Right. Okay, so mine, I have a few. I really want to do more non-video projects. I really, really, obviously I enjoy woodworking. It's a passion. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. Mm-hmm. But I really love it when it's just me and the material and the tools and no cameras and not having to film. People that don't make content don't realize this. There's nothing that sucks the joy out of this faster than making videos about projects.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make projects and not film them. I just, it's none of your fucking business. I'm just doing this thing.
Yeah. I'm not trying to show off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And that way I don't have to cut the drawer 3 times because I was trying to get the right camera angle, you know. Well, I want to get it from this side, then I want to get it from this side, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Shop organization, I kind of have a little bit of a different goal than I think most of the people that talked about shop organization in the videos we saw. I'm pretty happy with the way the shop is organized and laid out when it comes to building.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not optimal for shooting.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, right? So, and that's always a compromise because it seems like, you know, you've got this certain tool in the exact right ergonomic spot so you can move it in and out quickly so you can use it while you're woodworking, but it's in the way of the friggin' tripod all the time. Or it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have proper key lighting or whatever the hell
Right,
is going. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Well, like if I want to film something on my bandsaw's in the perfect spot, but the light casts a shadow across the blade, so I can't film it. It's like, what? You know what I mean? It's like, who cares? But, you know, obviously if you're going to film something, I mean, that's all things you have to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
This is not just a woodworking shop. It's a YouTube studio.
It's a studio.
So yeah. So I want to optimize it a little bit more for that as well. So that will be a compromise. Not every tool will be able to be in the exact most ideal spot, but I kind of have some ideas, and so I'm going to work on those this year. I am working on a merch line.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw this. I'm working on some other designs that are not based around my logo. I have a really nice like 1940s style mid-century airbrushed pinup design. If you guys don't know if you young kids don't know what a pinup is, go look it up. Yeah, I have a different character, a cartoon character that was done by the same artist who did this. And I have some merch around that. And so I want to kind of start working on that and developing that line and, you know, do the t-shirts and the hats and
it's fun
hoodies and stuff. And yeah, it's fun. It's
fun.
But it won't all be like self-promoting. Some of it will be like of general woodworking interest. And I think it'll be some good designs, cool designs, good gifts. And yeah, the last thing, and this really has kind of a little bit to do with what Mark Francis said. So when I started, I want to talk about a resolution I had last year. So on January 1st, 2023, I had 80 subscribers, 80. And my goal, which literally seemed impossible, this is one of those things they call a stretch goal, was to get to 10,000. So today is December 28th, and I'm at 9,700, about, maybe a little over. So I'm about 300 short.
Mm-hmm.
And I was feeling really bad about that until, I rewatched Mark's video. Be kinder to yourself, right? I mean, I got close.
That's a tough lesson to learn. You get involved with not only the making process of a video, but then all the goddamn numbers that go with it, and you get sucked down a rabbit hole, and it's meaningless. It's futile.
It is. I'm just going to cut myself some slack on the 300 short that I came up. I mean, I started from 80.
Mm-hmm.
But my goal for next year, and I'm going to say this on video because I want people to hold me to this. This is another stretch goal, 30K. I want to be at 30K. by midnight on December 31st, 2024. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. That's a lot. That is a lot, but I've seen it done.
It's been done.
It's been done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying but we'll see. We'll see. So thank you guys so much. And for all your video submissions, really, really, really appreciate them. Let's talk about video spotlights. Bop, ba, da, bop. I got to come up with a jingle.
We need a jingle.
we need a jingle. Hey, listen, we have a lot of listeners that are really creative, right? So
help us
anybody
out.
can come up with a jingle for our videos. Yeah, come on. Send us a jingle, maybe a little motion graphic. We'll take it. We'll give you credit. We'll put it on the show. Video spotlights. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hell, if it's
Okay, go
even
ahead.
really, really, really bad, we may use it.
That might be better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, could be. All right, who's up? Are you
Jered.
going? Am I going first?
You go first.
Okay. All right. So my video spotlight. I'm looking on my notes over here so I don't forget the title, like I did in the last episode. It comes from a small little channel called Epic Upcycling. The name of the video is A Wonderful Use of Scrap Offcuts. Now, if you have never heard or seen anything from Epic Upcycling, you're living under a fucking rock. This guy is amazing. He is, I'm going to say it, he is one of the top 5 builders on YouTube. This dude is tremendously gifted. As the name of his channel implies, he takes what most of us would consider to be junk or scrap material, and he turns it into heirloom quality items. And in this video, he rummages through his stack of offcuts and loose boards and puts it all together and turns scrap wood into books that are a box. And the box looks like a stack of books. If you didn't see the grain on the top lid, you would literally think this is a stack of books. It is so impressive. And this is just one in a line of every friggin' video is impressive. So there it is. Epic Upcycling, A Wonderful Use of Scrap Offcuts. Go and check it out.
Yeah, thanks, definitely. So mine is from a relatively small channel. I think he only has maybe 5 videos or so, like just a handful. From a channel called Stillworks. And the title is, Are You Really a Woodworker? So whenever I see these guys doing woodworking comedy, it kind of makes me like, hey, dude, that's my thing. What are you doing? Lay off the comedy. No, but seriously, this guy is hilarious. Okay, so he kind of makes this video is really just goofy and
goofiness.
fun. Right. And it's short. And as someone who's done a lot of gags and videos, I know how much, even though the video is not very long, I know how much work he put into this. It is incredibly hard. It's harder than shooting projects because, a lot of those gags take time to set up. And how many wardrobe changes do you think he went through in that video? 50?
20, 30?
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
And he's just getting started. If he's watching, I want to say, and you may have already encountered this, you're going to get haters. Because I have them. And the funnier the video is, the more people hate it.
Yeah.
Because there are people out there who are miserable, and they want you to be miserable, and they want everyone else around them to be miserable. That's what makes them happy. And when they see you having fun and enjoying yourself and sharing your passion, that drives them insane.
Mm-hmm. Especially for
they will
especially for woodworkers when you title it, something in the woodworking world, and then there's no project payoff. Like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
No, it's hilarious. It's great. It's fantastic.
Right. It's great. It's look, just do what I do. Screenshot them and put them on your community page. Mm-hmm. And wear them like a badge of honor, and don't let them discourage you, because man, keep on doing what you're doing. Let your freak flag fly. This is exactly what woodworking needs, is guys like you.
Yeah.
And I wish I knew his name.
Yeah. I don't know his name.
I was just going to. Yeah. See, this is the other thing I want to say. And I don't understand why people do this. Say your name. I say my name twice in every video. And when people leave comments, they always use my name. They don't say, hey, you, because they know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who this guy is, and I wish I did.
Yeah.
Because I would say what his name is, but I don't know it. So if you have a channel, don't be a mystery man. I could call him the woodworking guy with a beard, but that wouldn't narrow it down much on YouTube.
It's a prerequisite.
Exactly. So, so mystery man still works. Mystery man, keep rocking it.
Mm-hmm.
Doing great. Love it. That is our show. We had a good one, a fun one.
That was a marathon.
Yeah.
We made it through,
listen, we did. It was a marathon, and I think this is going to end up being like probably our first video that is over an hour. I mean, you watch it in chunks, whatever, but it's worth it. It's worth the whole watch. And I will say, I just want to say one thing. This is our last show of 2023. And I mean this sincerely, although most of what I say in the show is not very sincere. Thanks for doing this podcast with me, my friend. I've really enjoyed it. I value our friendship. You've been a great co-host. You're a fucking good dude. And I love you.
Oh, thank you, Lee. And I was thinking about this the other day. I don't even remember whose idea this was. I don't know if it was yours. I don't know if it was mine. I don't even remember what the original conversation was about doing this. And that I just was thinking back, I'm like, what have I done to warrant somebody wanting to do this with me? And I have to reciprocate. I am truly grateful. To foreshadow, we haven't done the snail mail questions, but there's a question that Lee asked on his paper that I will address in the next one. And the answer to that question is no. And it's because I've had the opportunity to meet people like Lee and converse with others who were on this list that made submissions, and other makers on different platforms. Like, that's what this whole thing is about. Yeah, we say some stupid shit. We joke around. We have some fun. We try to make videos that we think people will enjoy. But at the end of the day, it's like, if I get one comment, then the video's a success. And to everybody in the last year who has watched anything of mine, I'm surprised, but also truly grateful. And I just thank everybody for joining us here, participating, following along, having as much fun as hopefully, Lee and I are having. So truly grateful.
Right. I mean, I want to echo what you said. We don't have a ton of subs on this podcast or a ton of views, but we have a few fans, and it's been really, really, really great building a community and talking to them and getting to know them. It makes it all worth it. All these guys that we and ladies that we featured here on the show. Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure. We sound like we're quitting. We're not.
Yeah.
But-
Where's the music
but,
so
you
they
know,
can
it's just
shoo
that-
us off the
it's that
stage? Where's my acceptance speech?
Really. It's our show. Fuck it. We're
Yeah,
just going to
goddamn
go
it.
as long as we want. I appreciate all of you, and so does Jered, I'm sure. And it's been lovely. And stick with us.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been fun. And adios, amigo.
Looking forward to 2024. Adios.